you know damn well that a hippie alien is only smoking on that good shit. And possibly going for the moon crack, which is pretty crazy, man. Oh, this moon crack has got me going nuts. What's up, everyone? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're looking to get your music reviewed, you can hit up this email. That's right here. But today, we are going to talk about this album called Times, and it comes to us from Dharmarat. Now, Dharmarat is an MC from South Auckland, New Zealand, who's been at it for a while, and if you've been following my channel for years, you know damn well that he's been featured multiple times. So he always shows up and supplies some competition for anyone who's trying to make that top 10 indie list, and last year, his album A Home actually was #1. So I always look forward to reviewing his projects because he comes through with that damn goodness. And there's really no exception here because this album is incredibly dope. One thing I do like about it is how he connects to people with some of his dark and gloomy thoughts, like on When the Rat Die, where he spits that he doesn't hate life, but life hates him. And then, on a way out, he's just wondering why he exists. So you will get a lot of gloomy bars and ideas throughout this project, and I think that's something that people will be able to relate to because we've all had those times when we're down in the dumps. And he even spits a little bit about his suicidal thoughts on Lunchtime at Work, which is tied together with this very somber guitar. So if you've been following my channel, you know how much I like it when an MC puts their heart and soul into a project, and that's what I got when I listened to this one. So this was a really dope project, and I'm excited to talk about it. But along with the doom and gloom, there are some glimmers of hope, including on the track No Excuse, which is very wavy as it samples Mista's song Blackberry Molasses. I actually really like what he did with the vocal sample on this one because it starts off very distorted, but as the song goes on, that sample becomes much more clear and you can make it out 100% because this song is just about Dharmarat coming to understand himself and he's just gaining more clarity. So it's cool how he gains clarity through the song and that sample becomes more clear. I just thought that was a genius use of the sample, and his songwriting on this is really nice because I appreciate that he's rapping about, you know what, sometimes you're blaming everyone else for all the shit that you're going through, but at the end of the day, you really do have to look at yourself, and sometimes you're actually the one to blame. So I thought that was very introspective and deep, and this was easily one of my favorite tracks along many. And to be honest with you guys, I really think that Dharmarat's songwriting is one of his strengths because you know what? He flexes some very vivid storytelling chops on the song Robbery, where he's telling you about the time that he got caught up in some crazy shit. I'm not going to give it away because listening to the story is part of the fun. And then on streams, the content gets very interesting because he's rapping about some of the complications within the New Zealand hip-hop scene and also some of the problems that go on within the Maori community, not only from Maori people within themselves and to each other, but also from other people. So I thought that was really fascinating, man, because here I am in Nova Scotia. I don't know too much about what's going on in New Zealand, and I think he did a good job of painting that picture and letting us know. It's just something that you probably don't hear of very much when you listen to hip-hop. And I also got to bring up how dope the production on this track is with those strings and the little vocal effects, and Dharmarat actually handles all the production on here, which comes through with a nice variety, a lot of different sounds, man. On Reasons, you get this old school vibe that has a bit of a doo-wop feel to it, maybe some shit that might have came out in the 50s and 60s, and here he actually reminisces on how he was spending like $150 an hour for studio time, which is goddamn crazy to me, unless maybe, you know what, you're getting a full spa day out of that shit with the cucumbers on your eyes, you know what I mean, rubbing mud in your face or whatever it is they do. I don't know, but either way, I'm not hating. I mean, that's good. It must be a damn good studio, but that shit is expensive. My point, though, is that that beat is really nice, and Soul and Hope has a really dope beat to it, man. I like how it has those thick boom-bap drums and some sauntering flute throughout, so it has a bit of an old-school vibe to it, and I thought most of the beats on this were dope. There weren't really many on here that I disliked. And it's even the same with the tracks, man. The only song I didn't care for was Old Girl, New Girl, but I could tell he was doing some experimental shit on this one with some of that minimalistic production and also the warbly auto-tune throughout. So, you know, I don't really hate on the experimentation, but I didn't like the first half of that track, although it does become a bit more wavy on that second half. So it kind of balances out, but that would still be my least favorite on here. So at the end of the day, this to me is a strong 4 out of 5 because I like pretty much everything going on here. The production is really dope, there's a nice variety, it's all handled by himself, which is always impressive when an artist does everything here. and the songwriting is just great. I feel like you do come out of this understanding Dharmarat, knowing who he is, and knowing some of the things that he's been through, which is one of the things that really makes a strong project, and I always push for that whenever I talk to indie artists or review indie projects. When you can put your heart and soul into a project like Dharmarat did on Times, you're bound to come through with a gem, and he definitely did that. Great songwriting, great bars, love his voice still with that little raspy style, dope beats. I mean, I could go on and on. I like a lot of things here, and the only way I could see him going for a 4.5 or a 5 is just to keep at it, man. Maybe get a little bit more experimental. I'm not saying what direction he should go in. I don't even know myself, but I just know he has it in him to even elevate a bit more, because I generally save my 4.5s or 5s for projects that are very different or game-changing in some way. So this is really strong, man. This is like a 4.25 if I did those, which I don't. But check it out, man. You must be able to tell by this review that I'm feeling it. And I think you guys know by now that Dharmarat is bringing the heat because he doesn't fail too often. So check this one out and then hit the comment section with your thoughts, and make sure you do all that good YouTube and social media stuff, man, where you like my videos, you share them, you follow me on Twitter, you retweet the videos, and of course, man, you got to subscribe to my channel and click like on that Facebook page. Thank you for watching, everybody. I will see you next time.